Now it's time to go and recognize our members. Alan, would you want to do that, or you want me to do that?
Go ahead and help yourself.
Well, I can let you do it. As I recognize our members, please stand for a moment. We'll take the applause at the end. Richard Alvey, Steve Baker, Jason Baker, Zachary Barrett, Joy Bladell, Scott Botham, Donald Ranger, Ryan Brandt, Bill Bryce, Brian Socher, myself, Steve Corbin, Nathan Creighton, R.E. Dean, Rick Dwyer, Brian Edwards, Bob Ellis, Cody Fairfax, Dawn Figgins, Joe Fincham, Colton Fletcher, Willie Glascock, Wayne Green, Jack Griffin, Wayne Grimsley, Alex Hall, Shane Kaufman, Travis Kinney, Aaron Kidwell, Joe Cradaville, Matthew Mahler, Peanut McAllister, Brad McClellan, Don Mills, Kenny Mills, Austin O'Hara, Michael O'Hara, Stephen Onufray, Charles Jr. Perryman, Joey Perryman, Bobby Scott, Eric Scott, Alan Seal, Glenn Smith, Edward Sonafrank, Darian Stevens, Wayne Supton, Dickie Thomas, Travis Thomas, Tamara Usdo, Bailey Weeks, Joe Weeks, Ben Wilson, Lee Wilson, and Joey Zecca. Ladies, gentlemen, guests, this is your Culpeper County Volunteer Fire Department. Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies, y'all can be seated. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Just give you a little bit of history about our fire department. For those who don't know, we were organized after most of the town of Culpeper burnt down in 1886. Some 38 years later, we became known as the Culpeper Volunteer Fire Department Incorporated here in the town of Culpeper. That means we've been operating, as Steve has said, 98 years as an all-volunteer agency. Our values are professionalism, integrity, compassion, honor, dedication, respect, health, and safety of the citizens of Culpeper. It's been a while since we've got together. In the last couple years, we've added 10 members to our roles. We had 2 in 2020, 1 in 21, and 5 in 22 so far, which if you look around and you'll hear about our number of calls that we run, we need help. We're getting busier as time goes on, as the town and county grows. So our doors are open and we're looking for a few good men and women to join our ranks. Members with less than 15 years of service, we have 30 operational members and 1 administrative member. Active lifetime members that have more than 15 years of service, we have 12 active lifetime operational members. We have 11 active lifetime administrative members. On our associate side, we have 6 associate members and we have 9 inactive lifetime members, for a total of 69 members, which I've mentioned. Again, a little bit more about our report card. Total calls last year was 843 calls. 657 were fire-related. 186 were responses to motor vehicle accidents. Little explanation, I know a lot of you understand this, but from time of dispatch, we do not sleep or stay in quarters overnight, but from time of dispatch to the time we mark responding was an average of 4 minutes and 41 seconds. So from the time we marked responding to the time we arrived on location is 4 minutes and 42 seconds. So our goal is to be on the scene within 10 minutes, and we've met that objective of 9 minutes and 23 seconds for the 843 calls we responded to. On average, we had the length of time of a call was 18 minutes, and believe me, That's an average. We have a lot more that we're out a lot longer than that. Average personnel that show up for a call is 5.97, but we'll call it 6. And we're proud to say that we've responded to 100% of all our calls. We've also spent 1,513 hours of training in the last year through the Virginia Department of Fire Programs, who provides training for the firefighters in Virginia. Monthly business meetings and department-related meetings, we expended another 1,197 hours. Pub eds, fire department events such as parades, socials, banquets, and picnic. Work details, cleaning the apparatus, the firehouse, working at the carnival grounds, truck checks, weekly checks, station hours. We do have a program where we do stay at the firehouse. We do little things that need to be taken care of while we're waiting for calls to happen. Total man hours expended was 4,225 hours. So total man hours logged for 2021 was 13,799 man hours. This is the biggest benefit to all of us included, is that we have saved the taxpayers $399,386 through our volunteering efforts, just for this department alone. And that concludes my report.
I think, Mr. Weeks, you're going to do the training report. Before we do that, I've got to finish recognizing the guests. I lost my sheet. Ladies Auxiliary, Our Ladies Auxiliary, is Ann Lassiter, Sandy Griffith, Karen Perryman, Elsie Burke, and Donna Alvey. Thank you. Thank you. Family of deceased members that we have here tonight, Linda Carpenter, Deborah White Craigs, Ashton Franklin, Gloria Haynes, Charlotte Lillard, and Helen Walter. Did I miss any of their deceased members' relatives? Also, while I'm saying that, if everyone gets the opportunity after a while and see our memorial that we're paying tribute to all our past members, it's up front as you walk in the door there. Please take a moment to see that. There was a lot of members or family members that were unable to join us tonight. Mrs. Jewel Haynes, Ms. Bonnie Kenny, Mrs. John Stevens, Warren Rollins, Tommy Ross, Elwood Smoot, and James O. Weekly III. So I wish them well. They all had something going on or had an illness, so please keep them in your prayers. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Weeks, who's going to go over our training report.
Good evening. So I was asked if I wanted to speak a little bit about the training that we've done over the past couple of years since we've met last. I am not a public speaker, so I apologize for any embarrassment that I may cause myself. I didn't really want to do it, but I feel like our membership definitely deserves some recognition for the amount of training that they've done over this past time. Since the last time that we've met, when I call your name, please stand. Tammy Ucito completed her Firefighter 1 and 2 and hazmat operations for a total of 249 hours worth of certification. Even though that we don't offer any EMS services here at Company 1, some of our members go above and beyond and go out and get their EMT certification. So Cody Fairfax with 154 hours to receive his EMT. Not present, Edward Sonia Frank took an incident safety officer class for 16 hours. And an instructor 1 class for 42 hours. Emergency vehicle operations course, so certifications so that we can drive our apparatus. Aaron Kidwell and Bailey Weeks for a total of 16 hours. For a driver pump operator class, so how to operate our pumps so we can get water on the fires, we had Colton Fletcher and Ryan Brent with a 56-hour class. Also, Ryan Brent went and took a rural water supply class for an additional 16 hours. We have firefighter Joey Bladel that was recertified in his Inspector 1 and 2 and Fire Investigator. And some in-house training that we do. It takes a lot of time in order to be turned over as an apparatus driver with the organization. We have Bob Ellis with about 60 hours of additional in-house training. These are all volunteer hours that these individuals get no compensation for, that they take above and beyond, extra beyond just the normal training that we do monthly to help protect the members of this community. So they cannot do that without the support of their friends and family, as it takes a lot of time for them to do this. So for that, a round of applause for all of those individuals as well.
Thank you, Joe. At this time, our chief will come up and do a presentation for our service pin awards. These service pins are going to be awarded for the number of years of service that these individuals have in this department.
All right, we're going to be, for the ones I'm calling out now, it's for the 2020. Please stand at your seat. They have already received their pins. R.E. Dean received his 6-year pin. Wayne Grimsley received a 50-year pin. Alan Seal and Willie Glascott received a 30-year pin. Dickie Thomas received a 30-year pin. Karen Perman received a 15-year pin. Steve Baker, Dorn Fincham, and Ben Wilson also received a 10-year pin. Shane Kaufman, Bill Bryce, Eric Scott, Travis Thomas received a 5-year pin. All right, in 2021, the next names we call, please stand. They've already received the pins. Sandy Griffin got 35 years. Ann Lassner got 35. Myself got 30 years. Joey Perman got 25 years. Brian Everett's got 15 years and his lifetime pin. Brian Brent, Bob Ellis, and Brian Social got their 5-year pins. All right, for 2022, these gentlemen will be receiving their pins tonight. Please come up. All right. Jack Griffin receives his 55-year pin. Peanut McAllister receives his 55-year pin. Our President, Steve Corbin, receives his 50-year pin. All right. Ricky Drouar receives his 45-year pin. Joe Fincham receives his 45-year pin. Bobby Scott receives his 40-year pin. The next gentleman is not here. Peanut Suffering gets his 20-year pin. Next one on the list gets his 15 and his lifetime is Don Mills. Next one, she's not here tonight. Bonnie Kinney gets her 15-year pin. All right, next gentleman's not here. Alex Hall gets his 5-year. Next gentleman's not here. The next 3 or 4 are not here. Aaron Kidwell got his 5-year. Austin, Ohio got 5-year. Mike O'Hare got his 5-year. Glenn Smith will get his 5. And Assistant Chief Weeks will get his 5-year pin. Next thing on our program is we always give awards to the top 10 call runners and the top 10 points. For 2021, like Deputy Chief Perman said, we run 843 calls. At number 10, Lieutenant Brian Edwards. He run 198 calls, 23.5% of our calls. Number 9, Firefighter Dickie Thomas. Run 221 calls, 26.2%. Number 8, Firefighter Ryan Brent, run 225, 26.7%. Number 7, this gentleman's not here tonight, Firefighter Shane Kaufman, run 228, 27% of calls. Number 6, run 240 calls, 28.5%, Lee Wilson. Number 5, he's not here tonight, run 291 calls, Firefighter Bill Bryce, 34.5%. Number 4, Deputy Chief Charles Perman, run 315 calls, 37.4%. Number 3 is our Captain Travis Kinney, run 385 calls, 45.7%. Number 2 is myself, run 584 calls, 69.3%. All right, our top call runner again this year is firefighter Jack Griffin, 663 calls, 78.6%. All right, on our points, we have a point system in this department. Is how we track who is attending and who is not. The points are earned through meetings, drills, work details, station duty, events, and training. And we use the number of calls to do the tiebreaker. Coming in at number 10, firefighter Shane Kaufman, he had 61 points. Number 9 is firefighter Cody Fairfax, had 62 points. Number 8 is our Deputy Chief Charles Perman, 64 points. Number 7 is firefighter Colton Fletcher, 70 points. Number 6 is firefighter Dickie Thomas at 78 points. Next gentleman's not here. It's firefighter Bill Bryce, has 78 points. Number 4 is firefighter Lee Wilson, 91 points. Number 3 is firefighter Jack Griffin, 91 points. Number 2 is myself at 100 points. All right, for 2021, our top point firefighter is Ryan Brent, 108.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, we have a guest speaker this afternoon, and I would like to ask the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to come forward, please.
Well, I'd just like to say that these volunteers that are being recognized tonight, it's just unbelievable to see this. I mean, what greater honor can you have than serving your community and for them to take care of us for all these years? I mean, giving pins out for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and even 63 years over there for, I always call him Mr. Dean, but he says R.E. Dean. To me, I mean, they take care of us. And I always say, and Supervisor Bates and Supervisor Durr always hear me say this all the time. You all are what makes Culpeper Culpeper. And I truly believe that. And on behalf of our Board of Supervisors, and I think I can also speak for our friends with the town council there, you are everything to us. I mean, what you've done in your life to commit to this community, and I know a lot of times that people may take you for granted. When we're ill and you come to our doors and transport us to the hospital, do whatever is necessary. If we're in rescue squads, I've been there before. I was there in my younger days with heat exhaustion from playing tennis. And I probably took you for granted to some degree back then because I was young and dumb. But please don't ever think that, because you are important to this community. And I just can't say enough. It's a pleasure being here today addressing so many of the people that I respect. I know I've lived here all my life. I know a lot of you. I've worked with a couple of the leaders up here in the last 3 years because of COVID, and we know the hurdles and the obstacles that we've gone through the last 3 years. And the two main people that I've worked with are Junior Perryman, who's the president of the Volunteer and Rescue Fire Association, and what a fantastic job he does with the association. And I know I can speak for Paul Bates here and Dave Durr from our side. It's unbelievable what he's done. Anytime I've ever tried to contact Junior, he's always there. He's always giving input. And it's amazing what he's doing with the association. And I just want to thank him tonight for his leadership and what he's doing for Culpeper County. The other one is Steve Corbin. And Steve and I go way back. And we shared 4 years of homeroom together in high school. So I have a couple stories I can tell about Steve. But, you know, when I was a freshman, people my age, you know, we were pretty much immature back then to a certain degree. You know, living the life, doing whatever hobbies, you know, we enjoyed. But here's Steve in 1972 joining the junior cadets, I guess it was. Junior fire program. The junior fire program in 1972. While the rest of us were, you know, fumbling around, trying to, you know, learn a little something growing up and just living a somewhat of an immature lifestyle. But Steve was ahead of all of us. Who would have thought? 1972, he joined you guys. He's turned out to be quite a businessman too. There's a few people in Culpeper that you don't want to try to barter with or negotiate with. And one of them, Steve Corbin. There's only one time that I've ever been able to out-negotiate him. And he's probably, a couple of you have probably heard this story, and he probably knows what the story I'm going to tell. But we were actually playing in a golf tournament one time in 1993, I believe it was. And there was a hole-in-one where you could win $10,000. So, you know, we had a couple beers and we were getting around to the hole, you know, that where you could win the $10,000. And he gets up there, he knocks a good shot, hits a green, rolls up and goes in the hole for $10,000. But I always feel like I outsmarted him, because before the tournament started, I go up to Steve and I say, Steve, if one of us happens to hit the hole-in-one, let's split the money. So that's what we did. We split the money. I got $5,000 off of him, and it was amazing. I mean, it was. I don't think we were. After the ball went up and went in the hole for the hole-in-one, I think we weren't really focused the rest of the day because everybody was so excited. And the bar bill was actually $1,000, so I take that back. The bar bill was $1,000, so I got $4,500. But I respect that, because you know why? Because not everybody would have paid $4,500 to somebody on a verbal agreement. And I respect him for that, because he lived up to his word, and I've never seen him not live up to his word. So thank you, Steve Corbin, for what you're doing for Culpeper. When I speak to you all, I'm also speaking to the other stations in the county. And I'm always thinking about the future. What does the future hold for a volunteer fire and rescue association? Planning for the future. I talk to Junior about this all the time, and Steve somewhat too. For me, and I know I can talk again for Paul Bates and Dave Durr that's here today, you are the future. We have the lowest tax rate around, 55 cents per $100 of assessed value for real estate taxes. That's unheard of. And a lot of it has to do, and I've said this before, with previous boards, with this board, how well we're doing as far as being financially savvy and planning for the future and being somewhat frugal over the years. But the other big component is you all. And the 8 fire stations and the Volunteer Rescue Association that we have for Culpeper County approximately a $200 million budget. If we had to go to a full career staff, I would hate to think what our budget would be and what our tax rate would be if we had to pay for a full career staff. We're at 55 cents now. I mean, our taxes may go up to 80, 85, 90 cents. And that would put us in the range of where Fauquier is and some of the other local jurisdictions around us. It's amazing where we are now. We want to keep it that way. And it's because of you and what you're committing to our jurisdiction and our community here is a big component of where we are with our budget and our tax rate. There's a parallel too, I think, with the Volunteer Fire Association and economic development. And I have Junior working on a long-range plan now because you have needs. Many of our other 7 stations have needs as well. And that's why I'm always advocating for technology in Culpeper. And again, Mr. Bates and Mr. Durr are here today. I know they agree with me. We three think alike from that respect. It's one of the reasons that I advocated for Amazon to come to Culpeper. It was an opportunity. It was something we needed to improve our tax rate and our tax base. And we knew that if we were able to get that company here, that complex here, and we approved that it would open up other users to come to Culpeper, hopefully where we can get them on McDevitt Drive and Lover's Lane. We have our technology zone there, and that's where we want to steer those users to. I don't believe the board, and I don't want to see any more technology growth in the rural areas of the county. But we have space now to where we can get 2 or 3 more technology businesses around the periphery of the town, on McDevitt, on the wing spread property and Lover's Lane, which will tremendously help us with our tax rate, which we want to help you all. You all are our priority. And to give you an example, Amazon itself is a $500 million capital investment in Culpeper. It's the largest capital investment in the central region, and that includes Charlottesville. And they're coming to Culpeper. I'm happy about that because it has the possibility of us generating $6 to $8 million of tax revenue per year. And that's for one user. If we get a couple more, they're talking about a larger complex. It could double, triple, quadruple. And that's why we have Junior working on a long-range plan, because we want to help you all. We need to help you all more. We need to help this station. We need to help our other stations. We need to analyze, do some analytical study to see what's needed. Your needs are very important, and we want to help you as much as possible. I think it's long overdue, and we're going to get there. Okay, on to the good stuff. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Mr. Alvey, Richard Alvey, a lot better than I did. I've known him for a long time, but going to the gym, I've gotten to know him better, and Alan Seal better. Love those two guys. We talk about fire and rescue all the time at the gym. And Richard saw a picture that my wife painted, paint by number, not it was paint by number, but it still takes her a couple months to do a painting. It's unreal. I mean, she'll go at it every night. And she's very diligent, she's very good at it. But Richard asked her to paint a picture of one of the two first fire trucks that you all had. It's the LaFrance, the 1923 LaFrance model. Yes. Yep, torpedo. And she's going to come tonight. She's got it here. She wants to present it. And I'll call Steve back up and let her present her painting. And it took her 6 weeks to do this. And she's very proud of it. And it's an honor for her and myself to be involved with the painting.
Yeah, I'll just do this.
Wow. Couple things I'd like to say in closing. We are fortunate to be a member of the Virginia State Firefighters Association, fortunate to have the president here tonight. Any company that's here tonight that's not a member, I suggest you join them. The knowledge and wisdom and the information we get from them is very helpful. We were fortunate enough that 7 or 8 of us were down there in August at the conference, went to some of the seminars and meetings they held. 2 of them were on recruitment and retention. That is the number one thing killing the volunteer organizations today. We get it. We're doing everything right, close to everything. The reason we're doing it right is because we have taken the time with the association and Junior, some other members, and we have educated the public, we've educated our board of supervisors, we've educated our town council, so everybody understands and works together. We give them the numbers, we tell them what we do, how we do, and what we're doing with, and what we're doing without. And they seem to somehow furnish it or help us. So I would say that with the service pins you saw tonight, you can see the retention is there. And with the 5 new members that we've gotten already this year, the recruitment is outstanding, because we listen to other departments down there at the conference in this seminar. They haven't had members in 2 or 3 years, hadn't had an application. And I said, why? But it's the things that we're doing, the community is doing, and our government bodies are doing to make us happen, because you understand the value. And that's what we've got to teach everybody, is the value. One last thing is, with that, Kim's here tonight with the Blue and Red Santa project. Most of y'all know, the ones that don't, we have another project. Not only do we do the firefighting end of it, we do a lot with community service and children. We take 150 kids shopping at Christmas every year. We also take them shopping back and school starts with Teen Dressed to Success. We help with the elderly with the Angel Tree. We help with some disasters, community basket, Christmas baskets. So not only are volunteers on this fire department, they're in the second group of the Blue and Red Santa, which we partner with the Culpeper Town Police to take these kids. And the community involvement, believe it or not, is another outreach that you need to be in. Everybody needs to be in the community. Your presence is needed. You can't say, I'm a volunteer organization and stay locked up in this building. The more you're out, the more our presence, our trucks are out, and our people out, it's what makes it work. That's where it is, because we depend on 100% volunteer donations. I mean, you see those trucks downstairs, and I'll tell you, that one sitting there's $1 million, we got another one coming that's gonna be over $1 million just for a truck, and we have to use volunteer funds to pay for that. So that's where it is. But thank y'all for coming. It's been a real pleasure. We're glad to get everybody back together. And we hope to do it again in the spring of next year when we normally do, but this is certainly a welcome event to have everybody here. So thank you for joining us. Have a good evening. Mr. Dean, would you like to say a prayer and send us home, please? Keep everybody safe going home. If y'all give a chaplain a minute, let's get everybody home safely.
I'll give you a shot.
All right, yes, sir, please.
Now may grace, mercy, and peace remain and abide with us now and forevermore. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you.